Talk about a tall order. Could you climb all of the stairs in the CN Tower? Let's just remind you. Look up. Look way up. Because the tower, I don't know if you know this, is quite tall. And every year, people are invited to take to the stairs from the bottom to the top, as Drake would say, for a good cause. Susan Hay has one man's tale of determination in tonight's Making a Difference.
Julian Backhouse is 63. 8 years ago, he was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called Wilson's disease. It affects his physical strength and coordination, yet despite all this, he tries hard to remain active. This Saturday, for the second year in a row, Julian is participating in the CN Tower Climb for Nature in support of the World Wildlife Fund.
Why was this climb so important to you?
Because it was a challenge, and it was something I knew I could do. Stair climbing has never been difficult for me. Coming downstairs is difficult, walking flat is difficult.
Every spring for the last 26 years, thousands of individuals, groups, and corporate teams put on their favorite shoes and climb 1,776 steps of Toronto's CN Tower to raise funds for a great cause.
Julian, David Miller.
What does this weekend's climb mean to your organization?
The CN Tower climb is our most important fundraiser. We raise about $1 million each year, and that money goes to WWF's really critical conservation work in Canada. You're going up 1,776 steps at the CN Tower this weekend. And you're going to give me a
high five at the end.
Last year, what was it like when you reached the top?
It was just total satisfaction. I thought I needed a flashlight and a tent before I finished. When I finished in an hour and 60 minutes, I was surprised the hell out of me.
To say that Julian is inspiring is an understatement, because when he was first diagnosed, he was in and out of hospital and rehab. Now he manages to get around with the help of his wheelchair, shuffling when he walks, feeling like his feet are glued to the ground, yet walking upstairs seems to trigger his movement. He trains 3 times a week in the stairwell of his condo, climbing 10 flights of stairs.
How has Julian inspired you?
He's a man with a fantastic athletic background, coached, played sports, played rugby, despite the fact he needs to get around the city in a scooter. And he's going to climb the CN Tower. I think it's magnificent.
Soon I'll be able to play golf.
You will for sure. Julian told me he's always been community-minded, and this is simply the way he wants to give back to the community. Now, to date, he's raised more than $3,000 for the CN Tower climb in support of WWF. Is he not?
Susan, this is amazing.
He's an amazing man. Second time, so athletic throughout his whole life. Then he gets hit with his disease, and I love the fact that he doesn't want to give up. He said this is the way, you know, he stays active. It's his sport.
So for all of us who are sitting here and being like, I could never climb the CN Tower. That just could never happen.
Yes, you could.
But I'm saying, like, look at him. It's amazing.
And he's going for his personal best. It took him an hour and 16 minutes last year, so he wants to break that. The average person takes about 30 to 40 minutes. Now, we have a team, a global team in. So Saturday is for individuals, and then I think Sunday is the corporate teams, and I think we have a team. Are you on it, sir?
I was going to be on it, but I have to eat some chips.
I'm with you on that one. What kind, Ripple?
I have some important couch sitting
to do.
Couch sitting and sports.
But we have a nice global team.
We do the CN climb. We're all the way up.
Well, they started at 6 this morning, had to race up more than 1,700 steps. It's the second straight year taking the stairs for 63-year-old Julian Backhouse.
It's something I can do, and I think it's for a good cause, and it's giving back to the community.
Backhouse told us he made it to the top this year in an hour, 8 minutes, and 44 seconds. There's a second round of climbs tomorrow, but the climbers have already raised more than $1 million for the World Wildlife Fund. That's 1,700 more steps than I climbed today. Kudos to them.
Looking at 1,776 steps to the top of the CN Tower, and of course, it's for people of all abilities. The fastest time, 7 minutes, 52 seconds to the very top of the tower. And former Mayor David Miller is here to tell us why this event is so crucial. Good morning again, Mr. Miller. It's Miller time.
It is Miller time. City TV Miller time. I love it.
Exactly. Talk to us a little bit about why it's so important and where the funds go.
So the CN Tower climb is World Wildlife Fund Canada's biggest fundraiser. It's our most important event in engaging people. We'll have probably over 7,000 people climbing the tower over 2 days. And the money goes to support initiatives, for example, just off Newfoundland. Just last week, we helped an emerging cod fishery be certified as sustainable. So that's protecting nature, community, people's jobs and livelihoods.
Love
really
hearing
important
these stories, because sometimes it seems so daunting, and that, you know, we're already past that tipping point. So we need more stories like this, and that's why we need funding to be able to do it, to execute it.
That's exactly right, and I completely agree. We need to show people what's possible, because the environmental challenges we face, particularly climate change, are huge. They're having a huge impact on species, the polar bear, for example, and many others. But we can make change, and that's what the CN Tower Climb is all about. The money we raise goes directly into those programs. Really, really important fundraiser for us.
Registration is free, but you are encouraged to raise, if you can, upwards to $100 or more, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and I love some of the stories. I mean, some people do it competitively, but then you have people who've been doing it for 10 years. There's one man who's bringing his 10-year-old son for the first time because he's celebrating his 10th year.
It's fantastic. My role is to be up at the top and congratulate people when they come to the top. And you see people from all walks of life, you know, all kind of body shapes, all ages, and it really is fantastic. It's very inspiring, and people get tremendously motivated. And you know, people want to do the right thing for the environment, and not everybody's in a position to, you know, save the cod. And this is a way people can have some fun, have a great experience, climb Canada's most iconic landmark, and help save nature and wildlife.
And it doesn't have to be this amazing race. For some people, they want to beat their times or break a record. Other people take their time, enjoy the experience of climbing, instead of a mountain, the tower. If it takes hours, it takes hours. It's not about that.
Well, that's right. It's about doing the challenge. I think people, once you're there, you get kind of caught up in it because it's so exciting, and you push yourself to do your best. But there are some people zip right up. Others take their time. We've decorated the stairway. Our staff are out there decorating the stairway. It'll be really fantastic.
I hear there was one man who's now, I think he's done it for 2 consecutive years, or this might be his second, who typically needs to use a wheelchair. It's incredible that he's even able to do it physically.
I'm amazed by that, because 1,776 steps is a very long way. You know, he's obviously extremely strong, but this is his ambition as well, and way he fulfills his goals. All the more credit to him. I think we're just really lucky he's chosen our event to be his personal achievement. And
firemen and women who are wearing their heavy gear to show feats of strength.
We've got great turnout from fire, EMS, everybody. They really support the event, and you know our firefighters are in great shape, so it's a good way to show off. And I've just got to give you a little present on behalf of World Wildlife Fund Canada.
It's a mini cougar just like me. No, it's a tiger. Why are we laughing so hard at that? It's so sweet.
Snow leopard. Snow leopard. It's a mini snow leopard just like you.
Thank you. You are so sweet, and I love this, and I love your messaging. I love the reason they're doing it. If you can't make the time or you can't physically do it, no problem. Just support and donate. They could do so by going to WWF Canada on Twitter.
WWF.ca or at WWF Canada. Either Twitter or a website. Just go on. If you can't make the CN Tower, we still accept donations, but try to get out. It is a fantastic event. Whole weekend, 2 weekends from now.
2 weekends from now.
Yeah.
Okay. Rain or shine, of course, because you're indoors, so it doesn't matter. And you said you would do it, but like me, you've got a terrible knee injury.
Yeah, I'm still on injured reserve, so I'll be up at the top celebrating others' achievements.
I notice whenever we film it for the news, I don't know if you're the one doing it, but they have, like, as a reward, there's like a bunch of gummy candy. So you know what? Make that be the beautiful cherry on the top. And make sure you tell them what flavor you want, because you deserve it. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Always good to see you at I Am David Miller for more, and go climb that tower for a great cause. All for these guys, the snow leopards and such. Right now.